Hello and welcome to Life in Pictures. Today our title that we're going to talk about is Trees of Life. One day I was reading in scripture and this is what I read. In Psalm 1 verse 3, "He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that yields its fruit in its season. His leaf also does not wither, and whatever he does, he prospers." Well, I started thinking about trees and how beautiful they are and what purpose they fulfill. And I saw in my imagination this peach tree. I don't know if you like peaches, but I do. I saw this peach tree just full of fruit. Some of the branches had so much fruit on them, they were heavy and they hung very close to the ground. And then I saw people crawling because they did not have energy. They were just so depressed, they were so down, and they saw the tree. They saw that there was a piece of fruit that wasn't too far from them. And all they did was reach out their hand with their palm out, and the fruit fell into it. They had just enough strength to put the fruit up to their mouth, take a bite, and I saw the juice of the peach just flowing down their chins. It was so good. But not only did it taste good, it revived them. It gave them strength, and they were able to get up and walk. That's how we are when God says that our fruit is going to produce even in old age. But then I saw another group of people. They were not on the ground. They were not crawling, and they didn't seem to be in any kind of distress. But they came to the tree and they began climbing up into it. And they began climbing, and the weight that they put on each branch, some of them actually broke. They did get up to the further branches, to the branches that were further up. But the fruit wasn't as ripe. They grabbed the fruit and they began pulling on it, and it just didn't come out. And the more that they tried to get the fruit, the more difficult it was for them to get it. Some of them did. They put the fruit in their mouth, and because it wasn't as ripe, they didn't like it. They actually threw the fruit away, climbed down the tree, and walked away. God was telling me that you are like that tree. You've got enough years behind you and enough experience and enough water from the word that I have given to you, that I have produced great fruit in you. And people who are in great need come and pick it and eat it. But then there's that group that comes, and that group is made up of people like neighbors, co-workers. How about someone in your family that demand to go up into the tree and pick the fruit that's not ready? And they pull and yank and eventually go away. When Jesus was here, he was like that tree too. His fruit was always good and ready to be picked for anybody who wanted to receive the nourishment from it. Jesus did not deny his fruit from anybody that came to his tree to pick or anybody that walked by. Can we do any less? God's called us to be ready to give his fruit that he has produced in us. Well, that is it for today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.